We can say that Moroni was surely one of the most important portraitists of all the time, was one of the most revolutionary. And what is interesting is that he created his revolution completely on his own in a certain way. He was, when out of the city of Bergamo, when he was in Albino, he was a little bit isolated and able to create a new style, a new genre, looking at the reality. That is something that today it looks quite normal, but in the past it was not like that. I would say that Moroni painted his fellows, his town fellows, all sorts of classes, artisan, bourgeois, local aristocracy, religious, monks, priests. It's a very interesting overlook of the society that we can find in the exhibition on Moroni. It's clear how Moroni knew these people. There are a strong intimacy between the painter and the sitter. You can see how Moroni knew very well the inner life of these characters. The old man from the Accademia Carrara is probably the most striking example of this psychological analysis done by Moroni. Is the image of a very old man, is probably the image of Pietro Spini, an intellectual, a poet living in Albino. And actually we see the gaze of this man so deep, so in a certain way scaring. It's like if somebody is entering a room without knocking the door and surprise this man reading in a very dark space. Moroni is not only a painter of course, men, old men, and intimate and deep images, but also a painter, a very happy painter of fashion, of sparkling and beautiful elegance. Is what, for example, we can see if we admire his images of women. Some of them are really like cover or fashion magazine of the late 16th century. If we look at the portrait of Isotta Brembati, this lady that, by the way, she was also a very important poet and intellectual of the Bergamo of the time. We can see this beautiful green brocade dress with golden decoration, and we can admire all this beautiful jewelry, very luxury actually. We can see that she's also wearing a sable. And this sable on her shoulder has a golden head with precious stones, and so it's quite a very luxury images. The direction taken by Moroni was the direction of realism, of analysis of the psychology of the inner life of the sitters, and all these portraits are completely unconventional and completely new. In this way they lead to the modern portraiture, to the bourgeois portraiture of the 19th century. That's the reason why many times Moroni has been compared to 19th century painters like Ingres, for example, or compared with Degas and other examples like that.